We are ascending to a higher version of ourself. We're on an evolutionary journey, and we're evolving as we're alive. And as we go through these great changes, as the world goes through these great changes, we want to make our health a top priority. And in today's lesson, I'm going to teach the world the changes that I have implemented, how our operating system, our bodies, many different systems operating together, how when our operating system changes, our day-to-day actions, the way that we eat, the way that we go about our health and wellness, it's going to change. And by doing this, we actually run like a well-oiled machine. We become younger, we become more efficient, and a lot of the outdated programs, as I'm going to share about my journey today, when we let go of the subconscious programming, our physical body, which is trillions of cells at 1.4 volts, you have trillions of volts of electricity going through you. This energy is known as chi for those that are new to this journey. Our health and wellness is our top priority now, and what we do on a daily basis will change, and it's going to change our overall vibrational frequency. If you're new to the channel, I'm Michael. I discuss the Ascension journey, and I make it relevant for everyday life people. You know, I've always been a person that was involved in health and wellness. Health and wellness was always a top priority in my life. Years ago, I did bodybuilding competitions, and I'm here to share a little bit about my life and to show the world that the ways of the past, they're not part of my everyday life today. And, you know, there are people that are changing their awareness and you know, maybe their behaviors, the programming. I could show the world that I did it a certain way. And now in this new energy, I'm training differently, I'm eating differently, I'm sharper, my consciousness has expanded, and the ways of the past, maybe eating 6 times a day, it's not the way anymore. I train in many different gyms, and I meet many different people, and you know, really my journey of inspiring other people about this ascension journey, to see how more and more people are receptive to the changes. Just like many of you, I was given subconscious programs for those that are in, say, into bodybuilding or, you know, working out in the gym, muscle growth. You have to eat 6 meals a day. I went through a massive shift at a frequency level, and now I don't eat 6 meals a day. I actually fast a lot. I intermittent fast daily, and years ago, 7 years ago, I didn't want to hear this. So whether it was 7 years ago or 17 years ago, I'm a different person, but with the knowledge that I have and the changes in the operating system. In today's lesson, I'm going to be discussing the operating system of the body, stress, the #1 cause of disease, the organs, and examples of, you know what, people need to hear this because a lot of people, especially in the modern society, they look for the quick fix. But I know people from the past, I don't see them any longer. And there are people that are still going. And I hope that people will learn that we're on a journey and there is no finish line to this journey. So if you want to live long, if you want to live healthy, if you want to ascend and expand your consciousness, you could click the like button, click subscribe, and let's get ready to take this journey. Even today, I was inspired. I saw someone that I haven't seen in a while, and I didn't know him personally, but I used to see him in the gym, and he remembered me for actually over, I haven't seen him since 2020, and you know, he was talking to me, sharing his story, and you know, injuries, and you know, he's letting on a little bit of what he knows. Then he tells me he's 63. I said, wow, you look tremendous. And you know, we're all inspiring one another. And to hear, you know, he's talking about, he knew about 432 hertz, 528 hertz. And really, a lot of men are learning about this now. The stress levels of your life, the cortisol. You need to start thinking differently about your health. So, you know, years ago, you know, I would eat 6 meals a day, you know, take fat burners to get shredded. All right, this guy was pretty shredded over there. Look at him, right? But still today, I could be in the future, I could be, 17 years into the future, but I'm operating better, I'm functioning more efficiently, still, pretty lean and shredded. I'm going to be discussing the solar plexus chakra today. It's not just about abs, bro. All right. So, you have to stay focused on your intestinal health, learn about cortisol. Stress is the #1 cause of disease. So in the past, when, and maybe a lot of you were doing this as well, you're eating 6 meals a day, you had to take fat burners, and these fat burners were taxing your adrenal glands. And, you start to realize there's got to be a better way. And the full video on the channel page, I share about my journey, how to reset your body for optimal health. You might take a little bit of time to reset your body and do a long-term fast and detox the body. And these seasons in our life, they're not forever, but it jumpstarts the change in the operating system. Now, there's going to be people that are new to this, and your beliefs, and Dr. Bruce Lipton speaks about this, the biology of belief. It creates a reality. And you might have had a system telling you to eat 6 meals a day, and all of your trillions of cells were calibrated to eating that way and doing all these things, and the fat burners and so on and so forth. But your adrenal glands, they're going to be taxed. And your organs in your system, you never have a chance to heal. And you want to clean your body out, get rid of the toxins, you'll see clearer. Years ago, when I prepared for the bodybuilding competitions, I ate grilled chicken and sweet potatoes. Nowadays, I would do, a diet like that now for, a certain amount of time. But during that process, what I got for this was not actually the bodybuilding champion. This was actually the championship here. That one was second place. I know that guy's bigger, but this was my championship. It wasn't about the body and the championship. It was about the spiritual awakening that I had. Years ago, growing up, you might be in your 20s and you eat a lot of these processed foods and stuff, but to focus for, your wellness for a competition, a lot of athletes go through this, and you are eating right. It's not about the ego and the body. By not having the toxins, you have mental clarity, and what you're doing is decalcifying the pineal gland or opening the third eye. And years ago, when I was preparing for the show and eating grilled chicken and sweet potatoes, I never really got into drinking alcohol, but just from eating so clean, I really had a major spiritual awakening when I trained for this years ago. And, so I learned at a young age the correlation between your physical wellness and your spiritual awakening. And there also might be people that are tuned in. Please share it in the comments so others hear this. All right, so your body is not just your body for looks. Your body is the vehicle that you're using for your ascension journey. Your body is the tuning fork to telling you the truth. So you're going to start listening to the body. You have to realize that we actually have chakras in our body, the energetic spinning wheels of energy within our body, as the ancient Sanskrit told us. And we're starting to operate differently. And once you decalcify not only your pineal gland, but get rid of the toxins, and you start to have a more conscious and aware experience, and you're eating better food. So I want everyone to hear this. Years ago when I used to eat 6 meals a day, I could eat 2 meals a day right now, but I'm focused on not buying, say, the cheapest food, but I'm very focused on the micronutrients that are within the food, and make sure, and a lot of people that are on their ascension journey, or anyone that you might be brand new to this, and you could say, you know what, I'm realizing that my hunger level is not the same. I'm not eating as much as I did in the past. So through those 2 meals on average, for the most part, I'm making sure that all of the nutrients that I get in the food is top notch. So it's efficiency, getting the right food in the system, and training right. So now I have, it's more than just your body. We actually manifest, and this is a manifestation, right, of our frequency, our physical vessel. I teach about this on the channel. I manifested a brand new life. So I'm the creator of my reality, and I make a schedule for my life. Years ago, I was part of the system just like many of you. And now I am the system, right? I am my own boss. So I created a schedule. And every day I work out and I train in the fasted state. Years ago, I would say, oh, I got to carb up, bro, to go and train in the gym. So during the ascension process, you're evolving, and all of the ways that of the past, they're not the same anymore. 7 years ago, I didn't want to hear about fasting, right? That's why I'm sharing transparency today. And I did, because, abs and all this other stuff, trying to, be lean, the fat burners aren't going to do the trick, because in the future, which is going to be connected to our next part of the lesson, it's connected to stress. So when your adrenal glands are taxed, you think you're going to get, leaner, but then all of a sudden you might have stress, which a lot of people dealt with post 2020. So in this video and moving forward on this channel for our health and wellness, we're going to focus on our solar plexus. How many people dealt with anxiety? You took damage in your solar plexus chakra, that area, the gut. All right. So you will build up on cortisol. And as I shared to many of my guy and girl friends in the gym, a lot of you are watching, hey, look at me, I'm on the big screen, everyone. I'm world famous. I'm just kidding. But, I speak to a lot of you, and now we're pushing it forward to other people. There was a time period in my life, I said, what's going on? It didn't matter what I was doing. I said, what's going on? What happened to my abs? What's going on with my stomach? Why? And actually having pain. And, you see in the solar plexus, the midsection starts swelling up. Well, that is cortisol. That's from stress. I'm here to tell everyone, stress is the #1 cause of disease. What are the emotions that you carry with you? As I educate more and more people about this, and this is my journey, this is not about doing cardio and fasting. You could actually get leaner and a flatter, say, stomach or midsection by getting rid of all the stress. Your work might be causing the dis-ease in your midsection. Maybe you're in a relationship and that individual is causing stress in your everyday life. So these are the things to get healthy. We have to have a more conscious and aware experience. We have to have a spiritual awakening, and we're ascending to a higher version of ourselves. All of a sudden now our work is in alignment. We're not stressed out from work anymore. And then our body actually heals and we get in shape better. You're not afraid to be alone. All right. And you value real, actual relationships that feed your soul, and that you're not going to settle for anyone. And you're not going to tolerate stress from an individual in your life. Years ago, and a lot of my guy friends know this, we would see a guy and this is just raw right now. Sometimes you make fun of people, say, oh, he must have let himself go. We see him in the gym. He must have let himself go. He got the girl, right? He's letting himself go, but maybe he didn't let himself go. Maybe he was stressed out. Maybe the cortisol made his stomach explode. All right. And I've spoken to many of you. I appreciate everyone sharing this video today. This is the Ascension journey. We're learning more about our emotions. Our emotions, they're stored in the body, especially in the solar plexus. So that's why, we all learn about these things, and we have to be compassionate for other people. You don't know the stress that a person might have, the stress that a man might have in the workplace, the stress that a man or a woman has in the home. So I hope that people hear this part of the message today about stress and your organs. All right, you will hold damage and emotions within your organs. When you go through the fasted state, so now I don't partake in fat burners now, because I tap into the body's natural ability to achieve autophagy. And when I work out in a fasted state, I'm operating differently. A lot of people never gave their organs a chance to get rid of the dead cells, and they're loaded with inflammation. I'll be doing a video. Please click the subscribe button to show the world and teach other people. A lot of in the midsection is water retention. It's actually not fat. It's from the cortisol and stress, and we go through this on a daily basis. So our operating system can become reset through the fasting state. We tap into autophagy, and now our body is responding differently. And you're getting closer and closer to the organic state. Years ago, the human didn't do all these modern things. The modern world is actually collapsing right now. So if you notice these changes, you're going to want to click subscribe to this channel to really understand your health at a deep level. Right. So even years ago, this was always my way of life. And, I ate 6 meals a day and, did, cardio and all this other stuff. And, I was a champion. But as we move forward in life, all right, the sirens are blaring and it's right on cue. In life, all right, we have something in our life just like that. That's how God speaks to me. And like you might have something like that bulldozes into your life, and you would have never left that job until something said, you know what, this job is no good for you, or this relationship is no good for you. And then you're going to wake up and you're going to realize, oh, what happened to my body? Because you're not paying attention. Stress is the #1 cause of disease. Okay, and the less stress you have, as I'm recording this, I'm doing this in, a season where, I'm not so pristine with my diet as I see my family and, maybe eating some food. You could eat that food. The reason why you can't process it and the body is all, storing it is #1 is that if you're eating the chemicals and stuff, the body doesn't understand what's going on. And when your liver is cleansed, you could break down this food a lot easier. Remember that we store anger in our liver, and you might be angry the way that you were treated post-2020. A lot of people were disrespected. And if anything I'm talking about in this video resonates with you, please share it in the comments. All right. So when I look at my life right now and I see people, and I kind of look the same, just being transparent with everyone. You could see me, shredded on the stage, or even me now, years later. Or when I did my very first YouTube video 7 years ago, I'm always about the same size. Years ago, I would know some guys and, and I share this with other guy friends that I coach up. Women don't care how big you are. I see these guys, they take all this stuff, they get really big, and then they blow themselves out and they're done for the rest of their life. So I hope that I encourage people to focus on their ascension process, get back to the natural ways of actually eating, even by eating 6 meals a day is actually, and I ate 6 meals a day because that was the subconscious program that I was given years ago, and creating negative feedback loops with, the fat burners and, the stress, and it just loops you the wrong way. So I've shared this with the community. This is a very powerful video today. You cannot fat burner this stuff away. You have to really get to the emotions. It's a totally different lifestyle. So you totally change your operating system. And then you expand your lifespan instead of shortening your lifespan, And like years ago, this was important for me. It taught me discipline. I feel that especially it's changed so much than it was years ago, to hear the stories, especially how our women are mistreated in that, sport or whatever it is. A lot of women are mistreated. But you have to start loving yourself. And, for me, it was important to learn how to really focus on discipline and diet and focusing on a goal. And that's always the way that I am. Because some people, they need any motivation to do any exercise. They need any motivation to not drink alcohol on the weekend. And these are the staples. I'm so grateful for the community that I know personally in my life, regardless of what gym you're part of. I love you all, and know that we're changing at a very deep level. And know them by their fruits is a biblical phrase that's coming to the forefront. And to see people I haven't seen in 5 years, and we all kind of look the same, and we're all kind of fun because we keep going. All right, so you want to learn what I teach on this channel, and Dr. Bruce Lipton talks about epigenetics. All right, and you want to move forward with your life and start functioning differently and thinking differently about your physical body. Because if you are on this ascension journey to prepare for what's coming, You're gonna have to really get the body in tip-top shape. It's not about abs, bro. It's really about healing your organs. It's about dropping density. It's releasing trauma. And by doing this, you put out a frequency that actually boosts other people up. So I love each and every one of you, and I hope that I inspire both men and women. I have these conversations. It's wild what I see out in the world. And that's why it's always a mindset when it comes to spirituality, when it comes to ascension, when it comes to your health and wellness. It's all connected. It's all the same. I see, people, they're get really big and then they're broken down. And, I see, even with some of the women today, they take this thing and the body's falling apart. So number one, get your frequency to love yourself. I know I'm just sharing about my journey. I'm a guy, and I'm happy with the way that I look. I don't have to be a 250-pound guy. I'm very strong. I'm sharp. Might be handsome. But I love myself for who I am, and I'm not going to do things to make myself, got to be so big. So anyone that's hearing this, I'm here to inspire you for the true health and wellness, because I could see it. I could see how people get involved with these things. And for me, I was one of the cases where, it actually sparked a spiritual awakening in me. And maybe you went through I know there's a few that are watching, you might have went through a spiritual awakening for dieting for athletics or a competition, and seeing clearly. So love yourself, stay away from some of those other things. And know that everything is your frequency as we ascend. So we're ascending to a higher version of ourselves. I have evolved. So if I take myself now, or 7 years ago, or 17 years ago, where I am now later in life is far superior, especially the divine masculine that's hearing this. All right, this is the authentic journey, and I'm going to inspire you and get you in tip-top shape, because our health is our true wealth moving forward. Leave a comment down below and ask questions. I will be looking at the comments for what we are presenting moving forward, whether it's more about diet or autophagy, any different things that are actually connected to our spiritual growth and awakening. This is the ascension process, and we're actually becoming a higher version of ourselves and our operating system. So now, that's why it's very different for people. Once you've changed your frequency, your operating system is totally different. So I love you all. Grateful for the like, grateful for the subscribe. Leave a comment, check out the channel page. And we have daily videos, 9 a.m. Eastern time, to help you become the greatest version of yourself. All right, let's get back into balance. Let's get back into alignment. Let's be healthy, wealthy, and wise. The best version of ourselves. It's now.